Merry Christmas. Hello. It's Christmas. Happy Thursday. I just wanted to jump on and say Merry Christmas. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day with friends, family, and loved ones. I pray that everyone is happy, that they're enjoying life. And today is filled with love and cheer and not so much the gifts. I'm not a fan of you know, the gifts and all that. I used to be, but I kind of switched up on that because I just think we're missing the mark of family and loving on each other and, not trying to outdo everybody for Christmas. So I just wanted to say Merry Christmas. And I do have a food for thought. I'm not going to hold you long. We're home. Ugh, we're home for 1 day, 2 days, and then we're gone again. So that's fun. Nice to be in your own bed, your own shower. I don't care how many hotels you stay in, it's nothing like home. I love Caesars, I do. And when I tell you, it's nothing like being home in your own bed. And the Caesars is nice, honey. But your own shower, your own soap, I actually take my washcloths. And let me tell you, and usually I don't let nobody in the room. So he wanted to get the sheets changed. So I said, okay. So she came in to change the sheets, right? And she took all the linen out. She took my washcloths. I was like, what the? This lady and took my damn washcloths out the bathroom. I didn't tell you to do that. We just said change the sheets. Now they got my little fancy washcloth. I like really thin washcloths because I like to lather it up with soap and it be so soapy that the soap is just dripping. That's how I like to do it. I was so freaking mad. But of course, they throw it into this big old bag of totes or whatever the case may be. And I didn't ask for it back because I was like, that's hopeless. But anyway, so yeah, back home for a couple days and we're back on the road again. But we actually back on the road to go see grandbaby, new grandbaby. Anyway, so I have a little food for thought. Sometimes, okay, feel this. Like with Christmas, we think that it's all about the gifts, and it's not about the gifts. It's about the time you share, the people you love. It's about the laughter, the fun. One thing I cannot stand is to be in a house with people who all they do is sit around and talk about each other, gossip, small minds. I don't care how many degrees you got. If you sit around and you talk about people, small minds, big difference. So you want to be where it's laughter, joy, not so much a whole bunch of drinking and all that kind of drinks is good. And get your small drink. But if you have festivities planned for everybody, it keeps everybody attention. And then you won't have the drunk person in the corner crying. And then you won't have the uncle over there about to fight the nephew because he stole his $5. We don't have time for that. So what you want to do is you want to have a good Thanksgiving, good Christmas, any holiday, just spread love and joy and laughter. That's what I think Christmas is all about, So we want to share that and be happy and be merry. Now, of course, I'm gonna be honest, we were selfish this Christmas. We actually took a break because we work all the time. Do you hear what I say? We are hustlers and we're gone. And I did do Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving was wonderful. Okay. But this year for Christmas, we took a break. And plus, we're working on something. And when I tell you, it is a lot. Okay. A much needed break. Thank you. And hey, I just recognized something. Anyway, so a much needed break. And I thought I would have been kind of upset because I love the holidays, the cooking, the baking, and, doing all that stuff and the games, the party. But this year, I think I was tired. I really was tired with the Crave situation. And I still go to this place to give me a little bit of change. So, and not to mention what we have going on in our home that we have to take care of, So it's a lot going on with us. I'll share some of the stuff that's going on come April. But yeah, give us a couple months because we got a lot going on. And also, I have a couple events that I'll do, but I'm actually going to post the dates. So hopefully I can do that when I get to my hotel on Saturday night, and I'll have it ready for Sunday morning coffee with Crave. I'll post the dates and events I'm going to be at next year up into, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna do March. And I did push off the Master and Mercedes party book release. It's coming. It's just like I said, I have a lot going on. So we're gonna aim the week after Mother's Day for Master Mercedes, and I want to do a couple interviews with a couple people in reference to Master Mercedes. But I got to get past these 4 months right now that we have a lot going on. Yeah, but so wait till you see the outcome of the 4 months. You're gonna love it. Trust. I supposed to be doing this thing in Atlanta, and she texts me, and I'm perplexed about the price. Baby girl want me to give her $2,000. I'm like, yo, only people who get that kind of money is the people who runs the expo, women's expo with Ty, um, because it's a 3-day event. You know, we're guaranteed people outcome. So I'm going to fix with the Atlanta thing. I'm going to reach out to them after the holidays. Like I'm not reaching out to nobody right now. After the new year, then I'll be reaching out. But I'm gonna try to get that a part of my schedule if I can work something out because they have to realize we don't live in Atlanta. So we have to fly in, we have to get a hotel, we have to get a rental car. At this point in 2026, I'm at the point where I'm not coming out in the negative. If I do the math on the situation and it looks like I'm coming out in the negative, I'm not coming. And that's just facts. We're not doing that. And yes, if you have it, it does not mean you have to spend it. Especially if this is the first time expo that I've been to, and I don't even know if you're going to have traffic. Now it's Atlanta, so you probably will have traffic. Traffic, don't get me wrong, but I'm still a first time coming in, so we have to think about that whole situation about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And it's like I think it's Saturday and Sunday, and they wanted like $2,000. And I'm like, the Woman Expo was 2 days, and it's only 1,000. So I was, and actually, it's more than 2,000. It's like 2,300 and something. And I was like, girl. But she sent me a message, and I didn't respond. Which I usually respond to people, but I didn't because I'm not sure what I want to do, and I don't want to say yes, I'm coming when I need to go back over my email and I need to email that person that emailed me, which I don't remember his name. But so anyway, back to Christmas. Well, that's the part of Christmas because it's like part of my schedule or whatever the case may be. Anyway, so here's a food for thought. Sometimes the best Christmas present is reminding yourself, I'm sorry, that you're loved from family and friends. Not kind of, um, I want to say not being loved. I'm trying to get my words right. Okay, so I knew I shouldn't have started drinking that. Reminding yourself that you are loved by the people you're spending time with, and not being so down about the people you want to be with or want to spend time with or trying to spend time with, if they don't want you around. So just remember that, you're loved by the people that you're with. If you got an invite, if you got a friend's Christmas, that's an invite. Clearly, if they invited you, they wanted you there. So that's something that, you could look forward to or whatever. Even if it's your family and you don't rock with them like that and um, you find somewhere else to go, or you just make the best of yourself. But I remember one Christmas, I spent Christmas alone. My son was with his father, and my mill was out of town. I think she was in Ohio. So I spent Christmas alone. I have no problem with that. I'm a loner. I call myself a highway. I was not going over them people's house. I was done. To love yourself first before anyone else can love you. That's true. You know, sometimes we just, want to fit. It's like a table of four chairs. And it's just for those four chairs. And sometimes we'll grab a chair and try to scoot in. No, we don't belong. Okay. So just try to accept, even if you're by yourself right now and you just stroll in, love on yourself. Make you a small snack, make yourself a dinner. You got Netflix, you got Hulu. I mean, it's things to do. And yes, I'm saying that, but actually, I've done it before. Well, back in the day, we didn't have all that. We just had the regular, cable lifetime. You know, I spent Christmas alone. I had got a couple invites. My girlfriend Tony at the time, she no longer lives in Maryland. I think she lives in Phoenix. So she invited me over, and I was like, "Girl, I'm not going over there." And she was like, just come get a plate. So her husband came to pick me up, went over there for a little bit. It was nice. And then I was ready to go back home. I didn't mind being alone at Christmas because that's what I do. I'm a loner. So, and I know it's better with the cheer, the glasses, the drinks. Let me take one. See? hmm It's better with all that. But if you don't have that, you got to make the best of it and love yourself. Nobody will love you until you love yourself. Don't put up with bullshit just to have company. Don't put up with anything just to have company. Because the person you choose to go over their house knowing they really don't want you there, they're in the kitchen talking about you. So why do that? Just I just hope that the spirit of Christmas fill your home with peace and joy and happiness. So much happiness. Okay. Now I was a little sad because I didn't have my I want to say old grandbaby, my grandbaby, my first grandbaby, Fancy's baby here. Um, but even though we had planned not to be here for Christmas, it was the Thanksgiving thing. So I was a little upset, very upset. I ain't gonna say little, very upset, but which is fine. So I told new grandbaby mother, find me a hotel, and we're coming down to spend the weekend with new grandbaby. And I wanted the grandchildren together because I want them to grow up together, if that makes sense. So, of course, it didn't work out like that, but we're going down to see new grandbaby because she's waiting on us. She's starting to talk, and we don't understand what she's saying. They've been out there getting on her damn nerves, so we got to go down there. But what I'm trying to say is we might not get the things we want for Christmas, but you still got to be joyful because God did wake you up. You know, some people woke up in a nursing home, no limbs, diagnosed with something bananas. They got to fight to stay on this planet. So it makes you look at life different. Trust me, if you think you're sad, go to a hospital and start walking around some of these floors. It should change your whole outlook on life. It really will. Anyway, I want to say Merry Christmas, baby. Husband and I did not exchange gifts because we're working on something. So, plus at this point, I think we've been married 11 years. Gifts is not, I think I take the time versus the gifts. As you get older, I think it doesn't. Plus, we'll take a lavish vacation. We'll take that versus, he getting socks. I'm going to pick out my gift because he don't know how to shop, stuff like that. But yeah, so I think when you're in a relationship, I think time is more important. Hey, that's how you find out if you the side chick or not. Okay, that's another topic for another day. Anyway, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. I hope tonight is wonderful. Um, I think on Tuesday we'll have 100 shows. So we're going to do a little festivity. Nisha coming back to work because she ain't graduated, honey. And she thinks she don't have to come to work. Husband, you're my gift. Yes. hmm Husband, Misha ain't been to work. But she'll be back on Tuesday. She out in these streets. So yes, that's my food for thought. May the spirit of Christmas fill your home with peace and joy and love and happiness. Love is a beautiful thing. And I wish we all had it. you know. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I want to say Crave is available at Amazon. All four books. Master Mercedes, Amazon. Everything is at Amazon. Pick it up, support Black business, hit the like button if you care, share if you care, share what if it's not your cup of tea, pass it on. It might be somebody else's cup of tea. I'm not sure. But yeah, hit the like button. Have a great evening. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your dinner. Don't eat too much. Oh, you know what? Eat all you want. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Enjoy. I didn't even make a sweet potato pie. But I don't have, let me see. Can I cook? No, I don't. I can't. Actually, what I'm about to do, we really can't even do that. I'm gonna have to wait till, yeah, that's gonna have to wait till next year. So anyway, busy, busy bee, busy, busy bee. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you Saturday morning, I think. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Countdown to New Year's. So we're gonna do our New Year's resolution. We're gonna do our 100 episode. We're gonna do all that. Nisha's coming back to work. Um, and that's it. Have a good night. Be kind to one another.